Tall and thin figure of Thomas Hearns from Detroit, defending his WBC light middleweight championship for the 4th time here in Las Vegas tonight, this time against Mark Medal from Jersey City, a man of Puerto Rican blood. Medal stands just under 6 feet. Hearns, the hitman from Detroit, 6'1". Hearns, a veteran of 10 previous world title fights, and lost just 2 of them. One to Sugar Ray Leonard, and the other to Marvin Hagler. Medal, 28 years old, ranked number 7 in the world, the former International Boxing Federation champion. He's boxed only once, Medal, in the last 20 months, and not since July last year. So short of competition in recent months, and up against one of the classiest fighters in the world today. Hearns starts this an overwhelmingly hot favorite. 11-1 on. And Medal is down. Opening round, the power of the hitman is telling already.
5, 6, 7.
Mandatory 8.
8, you all right? Yeah.
Davy Pearl, the referee. Hearns will be looking to finish this right now. He hasn't defended his title for some time. There he goes again. Right hand, Medal just about standing up. And that's all. And he's holding on, hoping not to go. If Hearns let go of him, he might have gone. And it's clear from this opening round that Hearns is going to punch too fast and too sharp and too heavily for Mark Medal. Good left hook from Hearns. Medal blinks, takes another one in the midriff, and umpteen more to the head. Another good right, his legs go again. Over he goes into the ropes. And this is a murderous job that Hearns is doing on Medal in this opening round. He's taking the man apart. This can't be allowed to go too far. And Hearns coolly walks back to his corner with the manner of the hitman who's done his job all too well. Here we can see some of this powerful hitting that Hearns produced here. He produced it to body and head. And Medal really didn't know what was hitting him. Right and a left. Hearns, well, you can see the name on his waistband, and he's wearing gaudy white and gold boots. Hearns, of course, used to be the WBA welterweight champion until Sugar Ray Leonard took it from him. That fight, of course, between Leonard and Hearns, which Leonard won in the 14th round, that fight made Leonard the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. And Hearns moved up a weight and won this world title, the light middle. That's the 11 stone division. Both men came in exactly 11 stone today. Medal has been a pro since 1979. He won the IBF title in March '84 when he stopped Earl Hargrove in 5 rounds in Atlantic City. But none of his form suggests that he's quite in the class to handle Hearns. And the first round certainly proved that.
Watch your heads now.
Hearns, of course, still cherishes hopes of winning the middleweight title from Marvin Hagler. Remember that extraordinary fight they had, which some people thought, veteran observers thought, was one of the most exciting fights they'd ever seen. When Hearns tried to go to war with Hagler and found it didn't pay. Hearns, of course, has the ability and the reach to stay upright with anybody, but he chose to mix it with Hagler, and it didn't work. As you can see for yourself, Hearns has calmed down considerably in this second round, and now is reverting to standard boxing technique, biding his time.
Hold it.
Vidal still looking rough and marked from the attention that Hearns gave him in the opening round. And Hearns is getting booed a little for not putting more in to the second round.
Stay there.
Round 3. Hearns, tall man, 27, in red. Vidal, 28. With 26 fights behind him. Vidal, 24 wins, 2 defeats, been stopped once. And Hearns, 43 fights, 41 wins. Just those 2 world title defeats to Leonard and Hagler, the only blots on the professional record. And now Hearns is trying to make it in round 3. And once he opens up with this sort of barrage, Vidal doesn't know what it's about.
Put it on. Go on the way, Tony. Put it on. Right here, baby. Finish
An
it
almost
off.
arrogant
Finish it
contempt
off.
for the other man's
Hold the hand right, Tony.
ability. Has Hearns.
Hold the hand right, Tony. Hold the hand right.
Finding Vidal's head with every punch and his body as well. Vidal has got a nasty looking swelling appearing underneath the left eye. That started coming up at the end of the first round. Hearns has gone back into his shell, having threatened to stop this man at the start of the third.
Dr. Body on him. Body on him. Body on him. Body on him. Body on him.
Hearns catching with every punch he throws now. Vidal wide leg, taking them at the moment, but he can't go on much longer taking them like this.
Watch your heads now. Come on out, step out. Turn him loose, Mark. Turn him loose.
David Pearl trying to break him up. Hearns crouched over, bringing his considerable height down. So we're going into a fourth round. Twice in this fight, Hearns has looked like stopping this man, but he's never quite completed his work.
You take everything he got. You don't have anything more in him, right?
Show him what you got, Johnny.
This WBC light middleweight title fight scheduled for 12 rounds. This is the fourth. This is the title, of course, the world title that Maurice Hope of Britain once held until he lost it in this very city of Las Vegas to Wilfred Benitez. Twice Hearns has had this man virtually out and has failed to finish the job. Vidal can't escape that long reach. 78-inch reach Hearns has.
Shoot the shot. Don't wait for him. Push it back. Don't wait for him.
Come on, step up, step up.
Hearns, of course, fights out at the famous Kronk stable of Detroit under the management of Emmanuel Stewart, who has a lot of very good fighters under his command. One of them, of course, was Milt McCrory, who had those two tremendous fights with the Welshman Colin Jones. Mark underneath the right eye of Vidal now, as well as the swelling under the left. And Hearns is not too popular with this crowd. I think they feel that perhaps he should have had this over by now, and he's allowing Vidal to come back into it. Begin to ring out again as the two men move into a sort of inaction on the ropes. And from promising to be an explosive short fight, we're now about to move into the fifth round.
Fire, Mark. What I said.
Fire on me.
Fire. Where the fire?
Burn.
Let's go.
Yes,
Strange now to think that I've caught my first glimpse of Tommy Hearns in London back in 1976 when he turned up at Wembley with a United States amateur team, and he boxed one of ours whom you'll know well, called George Gilbody, and Hearns won on points. And if Gilbody thinks back on that today, he'll reckon that wasn't too bad a job if he went the distance with the hitman from Detroit.
Don't rush it, Buck. Set him up. Set him up. Set him up. Set him up.
Here goes Hearns again, opening up at last. When he does open up, Vidal appears to have little chance. Now Medal's left eye is looking very bad indeed. It's, in fact, now totally shut. And that's happened in the last few seconds. So the swelling underneath has taken over. And Medal certainly can't see out of the left eye now. So that's one problem you do not need against such a good fighter as Hearns. He'll never last now. Because with one eye, all perspective will have gone. He won't be able to judge distance. And he's got a hard enough job on hand without all that.
Pull it out, Jed.
All the same, he's managed to draw some blood from the nose of the champion.
Hold it up, hold it up. Get out. Watch your heads now. Hold it.
And this crowd not at all happy with the way this fight is shaping. And they'll go to work trying to get that swelling down, but the damage is done.
Up on the hook to the body and then back on top.
Hold it.
Referee waiting until Hearns had got his gum shield in properly. The rather macabre face now of Medal, staring at Hearns. And Medal has made up his mind. He might as well go for it. Here's a chance to win the world title, even if it is Thomas Hearns in front of him. Strange if Hearns were to live to regret not taking him out earlier when he might have done.
Come on, turn him loose. Back up.
Difficult to determine exactly why Hearns is still here in the 6th round fighting in defense of this title, because in the first round it looked any odds on his stopping Medal, if not in the first, certainly in the second. But for some reason he didn't follow up. And now the job is proving to be slightly harder than was anticipated.
Turn him loose, turn him loose. Turn him loose, Mark.
His nose is certainly quite badly damaged.
Step out, no punch.
So breathing must be a little difficult for him.
Hold it. No punches, get up.
Work on him, Jed. Go home, Jed.
Hearns beginning to hook to the body with a lot of power.
Watch your heads now. Come on out.
But Medal, from looking a beaten and very bewildered fighter early on, has gained a lot of confidence.
Reach down, Tony. Reach down. Go get him.
Turn him loose.
Over here, right.
Come on, Mark. Hold it up, no punches, get up.
Hearns looks to me to be remarkably short of stamina. And this crowd taking a dislike to the way Hearns has handled himself here in his 44th professional fight and his 4th defense of this title.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, I got to get through, man.
Well, he did a lot of good work to the body in this round, Hearns. But Medal has taken these punches well.
No, man. Reach down. I'm begging. Lucky seven. Lucky seven. Lucky seven.
Hearns, of course, is short of competition in recent months because since that shattering Hagler defeat, he's been in action for only 1 minute and 53 seconds. And that's the time it took him to knock out James Schuler here in Las Vegas in March for the North American Boxing Federation middleweight title. But it had a very sad aftermath, that fight, because a few days after his defeat, Schuler was killed in a motorcycle accident. Medal has been stopped only once. That was in his 4th pro fight when Kevin Perry, won an American pro, beat him inside a round in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And that was back in March 1980. Medal, in fact, is the son of a pro fighter in Puerto Rico. His father was known as Lucky Strike. I think a lot of money has been wagered on Hearns getting this fight over quickly. And the people who are booing might well be the people who had their money on him to do a quick job.
You got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Watch your heads, man. You're going to split. Get up.
This is round 7.
Oh, you ain't got nothing. Over the top. Overhand right. Overhand right.
Hold it, hold it. Don't hold his neck down.
Overhand right. Overhand right. Overhand right. Don't get it.
Medal's left eye now completely shut.
Step back, please. Hold it.
And Medal, who looked like being blasted out of this fight inside 3 minutes, goes for another minute's rest before coming out for round 8.
Go right now and now.
Well, let's get out.
A gruesome sight. Here's Medal. And it has to be said that Hearns is a very disappointing 11-1 on favourite.
Hold it up. Hold out. Get up. Step out. Step out.
Hearns seems unwilling or maybe unable to sustain any sort of continued attack.
Step out. Step out. Step out. Come on, cut the hold. Let's play. Out.
Hit the eye with your right. Eye with your right.
Two good punches. Nadal now in a bad state around that left eye. Doctor's already had one look at it in the corner. And it might be the doctor in the end who decides where to end this fight.
Time. Get in the neutral corner.
And in fact, I must be prophetic because I think the referee is going to take him to the corner for the doctor to have a look at this eye again and ask the doctor if he really is able to continue with an injury like that. And I don't think he is somehow. Nope, it stopped. 8th round. The doctor has called it off because of the damage to Nadal's left eye. Well, you can see for yourself, he really shouldn't be allowed to go on with an injury like that. And so Thomas Hitman Hearns has made a successful 4th defence.
And the next big fight on BBC television, if you need reminding, the Wembley date for Frank Bruno, the world...